Welcome back to Ice Age 2. We are about 2/5 of the way through this game, it looks like. And this one's okay too. This is probably a better game than what we've been playing. It's much more puzzle heavy. There's a couple we'll go to the forest, I think. There's a couple side-scrolling parts. Oh yeah, I forgot. In the side-scrolling levels, they reversed the jump and attack button. So it's B for jump. Just that's always unacceptable. Oh, there's no ground down there. And the last Land Before Time, space will come to them, Devoid says. Oh my. Yeah. Fast and Furious in space would be great. I feel like Fast and the Furious films ended at 7, Dino Pulse says. I don't have any, I haven't seen any of them. I don't have any connection to the franchise. An American Tail in space. The Five goes to space. The next Halloween film, Michael Myers has to go to space, or it's a 0 out of 10 automatically. When I saw The Land Before Time, I thought it was a decent movie. It was also only slightly profitable. I would have never guessed it would get 12 sequels. It had a TV series too at one point, didn't it? If Jason went to space, did Freddy go to space in Jason's head? Terrifier in space. My God, when pirates go to Starbucks, do they say, I'll use my credit card? Frownie used the Super Game Boy Player thing for SNES? No, we use the Game Boy Player for the on the GameCube. So I use a Nintendo 64 controller though because I like the D-pad and the button layout on it better. The D-pad and the A and B buttons are at the correct angle on the N64 controller. I've got an adapter. It lets me plug this into the GameCube. But yeah, it's the GameCube, the Game Boy player. I have the Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo as well, and I like using that for original Game Boy carts. That's the time where we'll use that mostly. But if I'm not playing on an original Game Boy cart, then it's usually through the GameCube's player. Chucky hasn't gone to space yet. Apparently, the whole Pirates Day R thing dates back to the 1950s. Robert Newton playing Long John Silver. People started mocking his accent. Huh. I never would have thought of where that comes from. I never would have thought of where that comes from. Oh yeah, the I never watched the dinosaurs show. I never really watched that, but yeah, I've heard that it ends very bleakly. You mentioned the angle situation before. Yeah, I hate the NES Dogbone controller is one of the most disappointing controllers in existence. It's because it's almost fantastic, but they put the A and B button at a backward angle so you can't lay your thumb across them unless you've got this just strange lobster claw grip. It's horrible. What happens at the end of the dinosaur series? Well, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, then put your fingers in your ears and hum for a few seconds. But just to put it simply, Nato, the Ice Age. Don't judge my lobster claw. Did I say I was judging it? I'm bemoaning that I don't have one myself. If only I did, my dogbone controllers wouldn't be garbage. I do believe the adjective that I used was weird, so that's pretty hard to defend. uh, so these platforming stages are kind of like half Donkey Kong Country, half Sonic. This one not so much so far, but a lot of them. Oh yeah, right here. Now it's Sonic. Tubes. There's also loops. There's also loops in the stages. And Spinball. Well, this is the only path we haven't investigated. It must be the one, right? Isn't that how that works? Must be taking off, Frownie. Good night and good luck with the rest of the game. Hey, thank you, Angelus. I mean, we won't be going through the whole rest of this one tonight. It's kind of a big game. It's sort of slow to chip away at it, but we'll do our best to do what we can. Thank you for the good luck, though. Thank you again for the raid, and have a great night. I like the slightly rounded feel of the Dogbone controllers, but I do like the original NES controller for sure. I love the NES controller. I like it. I like its blocky, blunt form factor and everything. But, I mean, to put it, to compare it to guitars, I've always liked Telecasters more than Stratocasters, so that big blunt block of wood, just hard edges shape that really appeals to me. I don't need the contours and the additional controls. Yeah, tellies are more chunky for sure. We round out the pointy corners. It's great, too great. How do we mess it up? I don't know. Tilt the buttons the opposite way of the human thumb. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about it. Blocky NES controllers are good for teaching you not to death grip the controller. Oh, did we hit a checkpoint? I didn't remember these stages having checkpoints. Oh, yeah, I discovered one before. Oh. They reversed the A and B button. Using B to jump is just not right. It's also Sonic rules regarding your health. But it doesn't... Because you, when you take damage, right, the acorns are exactly like Sonic's rings. Not that it matters when I'm constantly falling down pits, but... There we go. And that golden acorn I just got is the whole point of the stage. That's the only thing we really need to make sure we do, is find that. Just find that and find the exit is all we have to do. So now we're golden. That works. That works. Accidentally thread the needle between the things. No! What is that? What is the end of the level there? The SNES buttons are great, Natto. The thing about the SNES controller is that for Super NES games, Y and B became the default buttons. So look at the angle the Y and B buttons are at. They're at the perfect angle, just like the A and B on the B and A on the N64 controller are exactly like, you know, basically exactly like Y and B on the SNES. So like that's why the SNES controller is great, is because they changed which buttons you use by default. Whenever a game makes you use B and A on the Super NES, it's horrific. LaBeouf, welcome in. Is this RA? No, it's not. It's not RA. I don't actually do the retro achievements. I watch a lot of other streamers do retro achievements, and I'd like to get into them one day. But no, I tend to play. I play almost exclusively on original hardware, so it's not really convenient for me to do the RA. I just play trash games just for the love of the sport. I'm not grinding any chivos. But someday, if I get a nicer computer someday, I'll figure out an emulation setup so that I can get into them probably. It seems like a lot of fun and a really good way to sort of extend the life of games that you love, and naturally a way to torture yourself with games you hate, which I'm all for. uh, Chill. Turtles equal trampolines. They sure do. Aladdin taught me that camels were the only trampolines. Make Unlimited Sega have retro achievements. Beat the game with all characters. Unlimited Saga. 180 hours doing that on stream? If I if I start doing RA one day, I think the game that I'm required to begin with is Bubsy 3D. I think I said I'll play Bubsy 3D first. If I start doing RA one day. I already did my own challenge playthrough of that one though. I already did my own challenge playthrough of that one anyway. Again, like just for the fun of it. Like I did all the bosses damageless, and I collected 200 atoms on every stage. Which that is not even a part of the achievement set, or at least it wasn't at the time if they haven't updated it. But I was having a good time. So I thought, why don't we make this as thorough as we can? All right, please don't fall off the thing this time. There we go. That guy's got some awful luck. Yuck. What's this soft material covering the ground? Is it mold or some kind of fungus? It's grass, Sid. It's a plant that grows in warmer climates than we're used to. Well, it's disgusting. Green is such a dirty color. Let's keep moving, guys. We've got a long way to go. Alright, so most of the game is not what you just saw. Most of the game is a top-down puzzle adventure where you have to balance these three characters and use their unique strengths and weaknesses to get to the exit. So it's a lot of it's like really sort of slow-paced. This is going badly for me. You can't be damaged, you can't die, so there's really nothing to worry about. It's just that, you know, if these guys hit me, it slows me down a little bit. And that did something. Unlimited Saga is a boring board game with bad JPEG backgrounds pretending it's an RPG. Arnold was okay as Mr. Freeze. He could have been worse. I'm running out of Mr. Freeze material. You said Adam and Evil. I was thinking about that because we played all those Addams Family games, and I was thinking I should have played those Addams Family games at the same time we played Evil Knievel. So I could have titled the stream Addams and Evil. Oh my goodness. This map is gigantic. I'm never going to know if we got everything. Arnold wanted to keep the Mr. Freeze costume, but they couldn't let him keep it without a ton of paperwork, so they made a contract to allow him to rent it from the production company forever, but he has to pay $1 a year. What? Late fee, $1 million. That has to be one of the silliest, like, movie-related stories I've ever heard. I don't know if they get any sillier. I'm a Batman aficionado. I'm making an entire Lego Gotham City. Oh, nice. My Batman knowledge is mostly really limited to just this sort of super mainstream stuff. I have a ton of like trade paperback anthologies of like the comics, but I've never made the time to read any of them. I just sort of hoarded them. I worked at a used bookstore for a few years a long time ago, and had a crazy employee discount, and so I would just buy cool stuff that came through the store, and throw it onto the someday pile. And I've got a ton of like collected comic anthologies like that, but I've made the time to read almost none of them. Dino Post liked Spider-Man better. I was a Spider-Man fan when I was a kid, but all of my Spider-Man, like, I was really only into Spider-Man so much as the animated cartoon that used to come on when I was a kid. That's really all of my go-to for Spider-Man. Where do you want me to go? Pokemon's is a fan of Kiss from a Rose. Warner Brothers has made a whole $27 from Arnold off of that contract. I have a collection of the 1966 guest villains in Lego minifigures form. Favorite Marvel hero is probably Iron Man. I like Batman. They're both just guys with powers and a lot of money. With no powers and a lot of money. Oh, well, that would be the 90s. I mean, I wasn't a kid in the 60s. I'm not quite that old. I grew up with the 90s cartoon. But yeah, I liked a lot of the superhero cartoons when I was a kid. I liked though I did watch the Superman. Like my go-to animated Superman is the Max Fleischer Superman. So yeah, there definitely is something to watching media older than you are, right? And being impacted by it. Yeah, yep, exactly, yep. Just radioactive Spider-Man over and over and over again. The 82 animated series characters too. The 66 TV villains. I watched a bit of the 66 show when I was young. That was probably my first exposure to Batman, was reruns of that. Or old VHS like recorded off TV tapes. I don't know. I watched a lot of the Batman animated series, from the 90s growing up too. Oh no, I'm muted. I don't remember what the last thing I said was. Sorry. uh, I'm trying to do too many things at once. What in the world? What in the world am I supposed to do? How do I make progress? I don't know where it wants me to go. Are those hot coals? Can I walk past those? The map is too big, and you can't see the whole thing at once. I can't wrap my head around this particular layout. He's pushing one, he's pushing one. And yet this vent is still active. There must be another one. But where? There's the exit. We're trying to get all three characters to this cave. But we have to go and pick up these other characters. Any other animals that are out on the board, we want to pick those up before we hit the exit. There's nothing opened up. Yeah, exactly what I want out of a kid's game. What do I do experience? Donkey Kong, you went up. Mario Bros, you went right. Pure genius. No, I haven't played that one. No rules get fat. I heard that that's some top tier jank. It's been mentioned to me pretty recently. I don't even know from that title. I don't even know what type of game it is. Like I would guess like maybe like one of those like DDR type simulators. You play with the D-pad instead of your legs. But I have no idea. Okay, he can't walk on coals, can he? No, but the tiger can. This is what I have to do. I have to get the tiger over there. I figured it out. Okay, now you to this one. Sounds like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Perfect. All right. I mean, that doesn't really help a whole lot because it just gives me access to one collectible. But at least that's progress, right? At least we're doing something now. Oh, we were talking about superheroes, and I think while I was muted, I was saying that I really loved Superman when I was very young, and then I liked Batman and Spider Man. Um, but I'd probably be I would definitely be a DC guy overall between the two. Um, I think Spider Man was probably the only Marvel hero that I was ever really a fan of. I watched the X-Men cartoon sometimes as well, but I feel like I didn't see it. I feel like I didn't watch it as regularly. And I really kind of like the Flash and Swamp Thing. I think both of those are pretty cool. So that puts me, that kind of locks me into the DC camp, I guess. He's sort of between the two. But I'm not. I'm like I'm not really super big into either. I don't watch a lot of the movies or TV shows, nowadays, and I've only read a very small amount of comics from any of them. The water's rising. Oh yeah, there's another feature of this game. When you take too much time on a level, it starts to basically starts to subtly, or maybe not so subtly, insult you. We've this is dialogue we've had before though. This game is really heavily invested in like trying to convince you to not play it. The X-Men show was amazing. You couldn't watch random episodes out of order, as it would do 12 episode story arcs. There's a trailer coming out for James Gunn's Superman movie sometime today. I haven't kept up with any information surrounding that. Hopefully it's good. I can't. I can squeeze through here. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. If I can't get back out, I may be soft locked. There we go. I don't think that's supposed to happen because this guy's not supposed to be able to walk on that on those coals. And usually one of the major issues with this game is that it doesn't usually let you move through diagonals like that. Like plenty of like it looks like I should be able to walk above these rocks, right? There's plenty of space, but there's invisible walls everywhere in this game. It's just riddled with them. All right, we got the star. Victory. Now we just have to get out of here. That should be all there is to it. I say, as if any of this is... that I still have ahead of me is going to be simple. Oh, that's a permanent press on that one. Nice. That's convenient. What, can I? Thank you. Oh no, I've gone in a circle. They brought back the X-Men show recently. I put out a teaser for Superman yesterday. Batman is my favorite. I do like the X-Men and Spider-Man's okay. I grew up with the Hulk and Captain America and Thor. As well as He-Man and Transformers and G.I. Joe. Are all technically all Marvel. Superman, Batman, and the Flash, the Green Hornet, Green Lantern. Some of the characters I grew up with too. I think I kind of just missed out on Transformers and G.I. Joe and He-Man. I never really watched any of those, and I think I'm like 2 years too young, because everyone who's just like 2 years older than me always talk fondly about G.I. Joe and Transformers and stuff, but I think I just barely missed out on those. The first cartoon that I think I was like, the first cartoon I can really remember loving as a kid, I think like that was Ninja Turtles for me. Where am I supposed to go? Oh. That's still closed. Oh, that's not good. There's another block of ice somewhere. I've got to push another block of ice. Here, this one. I've got to push that block of ice, and I've got to approach it from the left. Oh. I see everything now. That's what I had to do. DuckTales, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, He-Man, Strawberry Shortcake, and other late 80s stuff was ending when I was barely able to remember things at about age 5. I watched a little bit of DuckTales. I wasn't... I don't remember a whole lot about it, so either, you know, just because I was little I don't remember, or I didn't see it as often, but I definitely know I watched it sometimes. The X-Men revival's quite good, Dino Pulse says. You missed out on Transformers and He-Man? Yeah. I had a Skeletor t-shirt when I was a kid. I remember having a Skeletor t-shirt, but I didn't really know who he was. He was just to me, he was just basically just some generic skeleton man. I had G.I. Joe toys, but again, I didn't know the characters because I'd never seen the show. So, like, while I had some of the toys, they just had, like, whatever personalities and names I assigned to them. I didn't know who they were supposed to be or what their deal was. Yeah, we're going a little late. We're going a little bit late tonight. Jelly and I both have tomorrow free, and, you know, we've got so many people here. Might as well just keep rolling. And like I said, about halfway through Polar Express, I started getting my second wind, so... Good time to chip away at some more of this game. We need a teaser for the trailer for the movie. Grew up with Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I guess I'm technically an old man. I saw some of those cartoons when I was a kid. There were none of them that I particularly loved, though. Like I remember seeing episodes of, like, Hong Kong Phooey and Yogi Bear and Pink Panther, but, like, I can't really say that I was ever like, all right, this one's on for any of those. A Skeletor t-shirt? That's cool. A lot of the voice actors came back for the X-Men revival. My Steam Deck is downloading and the internet is still somehow on. It says it'll take longer than a year to download this game. I did. I had G.I. Joe toys, but I never saw the show. They're the little figures, right, with the, they, like, have rubber bands in the middle of them. They're really poseable. That's what I always liked about the G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe action figures. Like, they were really articulate. Their shoulders were like ball and socket joints. You could... I always wanted my action figures to be really highly poseable. I didn't like ones with just like the only joints that moved were just like the stiff arms and legs. Those kind of action figures, I didn't play with those very much. Even if I liked the character, I wouldn't like the figure if they weren't very poseable. Watched some of the original Transformers. I remember Beast Wars more. I know of Beast Wars. Charlotte Hornets hat? Not because it was a team I cared about, but because my mom found them in a lost and found bin for free. Ring Raiders. 4-episode cartoon, but just blatant. They're just blatant ads for toys. Charlotte's Web. The modem's hot enough to fry an egg on now, Pokemon says. Uh-oh. Keep it away from anything flammable. Greater than 4 years to download on a 4 megabyte file. AJ Lucasio does a great job voicing Gambit for X-Men 97. I have no idea who that is. I'm gonna disappoint you a lot. I'm really disconnected from pop culture. You're gonna have a lot of misses when it comes to like naming actors that I figured out the context. Yes, I figured out from the context of the sentence. AJ Lucasio voices Gambit. I kind of got that detail, but I'm just saying I don't know who that actor is. I'm gonna let you down with a lot of pop culture stuff like that. I don't know who anybody is. If you can't tell me which villain they played on an old episode of Columbo, I probably don't know who an actor is. Got to start doing an extremely good Marty McFly impersonation. He mailed a CD of the audition to the casting director of Telltale without asking them for an interview when he heard they're making a Back to the Future game. All right, well, I know who Marty McFly is. But I haven't played. I haven't really looked into that game. Okay. Tiger first. Okay, does that. So with the switches, it's kind of tricky because, like, sometimes a single switch will deactivate. Sometimes a single switch will deactivate a steam jet, and sometimes it takes multiple presses per steam jet, and sometimes you press a button once and it's permanently pressed, and sometimes you have to hold them down. The steam is only deactivated for the duration you're holding it down, and all the buttons are designed the same, so like, even if they have different rules, I can't tell them apart. I never know what anything's gonna do. It makes it feel like everything's just sort of happening arbitrarily sometimes. It's kind of like playing Adventures of Lolo. If you ever played that game, I like Lolo, but it just feels like the rules and limits for Lolo just shift with the wind. And look, there's another purple one. Bob Gale and Christopher Lloyd thought he was Michael J. Fox before they were told it was an impersonation. That. Oh, he's trapped. So this... See that pink circle that's above the pad? That pink circle is a different... It's a different shade than this pink circle. So those actually aren't a pair of, like... Oh, that's... What? Pick a different color. They're so similar. They're part of a different set of... They're part of a different set of buttons. Unbelievable. If you had told me what would happen in an Ice Age GBA game, I would not have guessed slow puzzle solving over piano music. So, Ice Age 1 is probably more of what you'd expect. Ice Age 1 is just it's just sort of a generic mediocre platformer. This is the better game of the two. I think for sure. Oh, that does. He can't. Never mind. He can't even go that way. Ice Age 1 is like... Ice Age 1 is mostly harmless. It's like 70% of the levels are just really mediocre platformer, and then 30% of the levels are horrifically annoying auto-scrollers. So, it's sort of like the balance of things is that it's a pretty bad time. But it's not always as bad as it sometimes is. Yeah, janky platformer with low effort. Yep, that's... Ice Age 1 is... You get exactly what you're expecting. I don't know why it's funny to hear a grown man playing a kid's game going, this is unbelievable, like they're at the DMV. Can all three of these characters come down here? Ice Age movies are already kind of janky. Oh, that didn't get... That didn't even lead to where I thought it would lead to. Oh my. I've never actually seen an Ice Age movie. But I just assume from, you know, children's animated feature film converted to video game is, yeah, gonna be a pretty minimal effort sort of experience. Oh, I'm glad I went over there. That's the other character we needed for the star. It would have been really annoying to have missed that. It wasn't even locked behind anything. It was just a little out of the way. Surprisingly fun game is the Surf's Up movie game on the PlayStation 3. Does it matter which direction I push that? But he can just swim around that. The tiger needs to go. Right? Doesn't even matter. Oh. Okay. We've got this. I see it all now. I see the entire puzzle. All at once now. Oh, no, he is... Nope. I need him first, actually. Oh, I'm gonna have to step away pretty soon. I'm watching our son on the baby monitor, and it looks like he's beginning to stir, so I'm gonna have to step away for a moment to attend to him. You ever played Disney Extreme Skate Adventure? So what if we made a Disney ROM hack of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4? No, I can't say that I caught that one. I haven't even played the real Tony Hawk games. Though, to be fair, a sort of janky ripoff of one is even more appealing to me. I would class that in the category of more likely. The phone data's acting janky. Makes me sound like I'm repeating myself. Uh-oh. Why is... hey, what? No, what? Why is... Why is that not working? Oh. Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's not okay. It's okay. Teamwork. This is horrible. This is fine. This is horrible. No, wait, it's not so bad. I mean, really, you know, like, I accidentally muted myself earlier. Like, do I ever really even need to be unmuted to begin with? I could just mute my mic and just have a soundboard the whole time, which is, you know, just 3 or 4 variations on yeah, it's fine, it's terrible, and we're golden. The whole experience of playing these games is just a fluctuation between those two states. Don't downplay the Frownie commentary. Thank you, Natto. So they're these giant handprint collectibles, right? That are different colors that are assigned to each of the characters, but I don't think the game tracks those. I don't think you actually have to collect all of them. I mean, I'm picking up all of them that I see, but they actually seem to have no purpose. Alright, I've opened the gateway to the exit now. And there's nothing else in our way? Except I don't know how to get over there. Oh yeah, he can walk across those. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so you have to go here. It's kazoo and slide whistle sounds. Need that sound from, like, when you fail and the price is right. Bum bum ba bum. Wow. That sound effect would suit me pretty well. Price is Right has so many good sounds. Hey, we've done it! Victory! Another stage accomplished. I have played another game with this exact music in it before. I think Strawberry Shortcake. I think that's the one that had this music. I'm like 90% sure. Alright, we'll do a little bit more. Let me step away, like I said, though, real quick. Very, very short BRB. I'm gonna get a bottle warming up. And check in with Jelly. Sounds like some ambient music from Mario Galaxy or Twilight Princess. Like ice levels. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely like generic ice level kind of music. But it's also kind of, yeah, appropriate for space, I think. Like Mario Galaxy is a good sort of thing to come to mind, because that can be both ice and space. Sign me up for generic ice level music. I mean, ice levels are like my favorite levels aesthetically in most games. Not that this doesn't really have a lot of ice level in it, right? Because the whole thing is that everything's melted. So it's mostly just regular terrain levels. But, yeah, very short BRB, my friends. I'll be right back with you. Alright, and we are back to it. This is a super late time for me to be streaming, but it just kind of works out conveniently that I had a big nap last evening, and we don't have a whole lot to do today, so we'll just keep going. We'll chip away at this a bit more. He's back. Welcome back, Natto. I don't know why, like, when I look around at the map like that, like, I don't gain any wisdom. Oh, my stomach is growling now. I think we'll stream until it's time to go get some, I think we'll stream until it's time to go get some breakfast. Alright, well, where's the yellow? Oh, I see. This whole one is built around one. Oh, I see the gimmick of this stage. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's all built around deactivating this one strip of thing, so you make one big push down the center. For one character. Random thought, isn't the sun rising over there? Probably. Yeah, the sun's probably up. I can't exactly see since I'm in the basement. I didn't pay attention when I walked past the window upstairs. You have to stand just right to press that with this character. It really doesn't want you to do it. But it can be done. Push it with my trunk. But then where's the other one, though? That wasn't the green one, right? That was the blue one? That's blue. Is there another blue one somewhere? Oh my goodness, this map is a disaster. So those are not the same. I'm gonna break that, though. Oh. I am probably soft locked. It's 10 p.m. for you. I'm still up in night mode. Yeah, you can soft lock the individual stages and then there's a restart option from the menu. I've had to use that a few times now. But there's some items that you might need for a particular purpose, but you can destroy them and then you can't get it back. So like right here, I needed these to push this character. This character can't walk on ice. He can only slide until he hits a block, but since I broke one of those, I was never going to be able to come over here to push this brick. So, like, there's lots of times where stuff like that happens to me. Maybe not lots, but, you know, enough that I gotta remember to be careful. Or at least try and recognize when I've broken something. Oh, okay, hang on. So, if he... Nope, I actually... just don't know. I can't imagine. I don't know. I don't think I was the type of kid that could have beat this game. I don't think I was cut out for this game when I was a kid. This level of puzzle complexity is really outside of my mental abilities. But there's no way to press all of these at once. I don't get it. I mean, this really just seems impossible. I have two characters that it needs me to place in areas that they can't walk to. So that worked for that. Oh. Okay. I see. How this part is supposed to work, at least, I think. Think it's safe to break these now? No. It gets me the star, but I don't know if that's what I need to... It doesn't look like this part is possible. But the characters have such a strong aversion to the types of terrain that they can't walk on, that they will, they'll violently shake their heads even if they just see a piece of terrain that they're not familiar with. There's no way to deactivate that blue one. Oh. I'm quite dumb. Bingo. We're in the home stretch. Yeah. Okay, I think that's finally it. Victory. Alright, this is a rather mind-bending level. We didn't even have to climb down there. It was close enough, even though we were still way up there on that cliff. And just like that, here comes another one. Thank you for the GG, Nato. I think this is actually essentially the same level, just with another character being the target of the gimmick of just there's a row of jets that have to all be put out. Before it was the tiger, now it's the mammoth. I don't think there's any reason to keep any of these standing. Let's just go up a little bit. Push that purple one. I don't know what I was staring at here. I could not figure out what type of animal this was. What I thought it was, like it's some kind of like beast with horns, right? But what I thought it was like a bear with a big belly laying on his back, and I thought the horns were his arms. Like he was laying down getting some sun on his stomach or something. I don't know how to read that sprite. Oh my goodness, another gigantic level. They're all huge. Okay, that didn't actually do anything for us, though. That purple, I need to hit another purple button. There's one, at least another purple button. Yikes. Climb. That did not deactivate. Oh, but there's another. That's got it. That had it temporarily. Nothing's up there. Fine by me. This is right. I had a feeling I was doing the wrong thing, so that's nice. Okay, permanent press, gotta be, right? It is. That gets us up into a whole new area here. No one's going over there yet. Oh. Well, that's silly. Oh, okay. I don't know why it bounces off of everything else, but it'll stay still on a steam jet. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but sure. Hang on, that's open now? What do I even need that green one for? Oh, the exit. Wish I had a run button. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. That should open the final gateway. But I still have to get everyone over there. Ooh, and I have to... Yeah, how do I do that? That count? That counts? Okay, it was easy. It was easy this whole time. We got the star. One. Two. Oh, yeah, there's another thing. Wrong ladder. I probably don't even have to climb down, though, right? I can just run... Maybe not. It worked before. Victory? Victory. Alright. Well, I would really like to finish out this world, my friends, but we're at the 8-hour mark, and I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty tired. That steam I thought I had is starting to wear out. So I think we're gonna call it a night here. We will try to raid out to someone else. It's just this is much later than I normally go, so hopefully I can find. I don't know if anyone that I know is gonna still be live at the moment. Oh yeah, we've got a few here. We're receiving a raid. Well, I can't. I guess I can't wrap up. I guess I can't wrap up right away. I guess we'll do one more level. Hey, Bri, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I was about to finish. I was about to say my goodbyes. I had to raid out. I saw your channel, but it looked like you were wrapping up, and I guess I was right. Shoutouts to Bri. Bri does retro content as well, my friends. Very friendly, very chill streamer. Does a lot of speedrun projects. Tries to learn a different retro speedrun every month. Had enjoyed watching him work on things like Daydreaming Davy and Darkwing Duck, and some Famicom game that I had no idea what it was. Welcome back, Pokemons. Well, we're gonna go a little bit longer. We just received a raid, so welcome in, raiders. We'll try and do one more level. We'll try and do one more level for the raiders. So this is Ice Age 2 on the GBA, and it's a kind of a top-down puzzle game, and it's a real head-scratcher sometimes. So committing to another level means I'm committing to like another 20 minutes at least. But it's a good problem to have. I enjoy the company. I want to look around. Like, I always want to look around and plan my approach to the levels, but so that it seems like, you know, so that it seems like I'm thinking about what to do and I'm playing intelligently, but really the only way to make progress is just to do stuff and hope for the best. No, it's not. It's not a problem at all, Bri. It's not a problem at all. I'm grateful to have you here. Thank you very much for the raid. If you'd like to share, if you would, what it was you were doing and how your stream went tonight, we'd love to hear. We played through the Polar Express. I've been leaning heavy into GBA. We've been doing GBA games for the Christmas season. Not exclusively, but when we do, you know, when we do something for the holiday, it's been GBA this month. So we played through, we did Elf, the movie, the game. We did Elf Bowling, and that game was pretty terrible. We did, I mean, I knew it would be going in, but it was even worse than I got even worse than what I imagined. We did the Santa Claus 3, and that one was alright. We played Ice Age 1, and it was pretty not great. Wasn't the worst thing I ever played, but it's kind of how most of these are. They've largely been mediocre. Polar Express was okay. It's probably the best of what we've done so far this holiday season. Polar Express was pretty inoffensive. Alright, I gotta hit a yellow switch somewhere. I mean, the tiger is just going to be trapped over here forever. There's no... He can't climb that. He can't climb that. He can walk up here. But then there's the mist, and he doesn't really have any way to get across. How do I turn that mist off? Oh, I gotta go all the way back. I'm getting way ahead of myself. We're on a 6-game race. Of those games for the beginning of January. Been de-rusting and doing practice, been de-rusting, doing practice races. Oh, wait. I should collect this, yeah. There are five collectibles on this stage. Oh, wow. It's, we've got a big one. We've got a big stage on our hands now. This game is pretty all right. Just the downside to this one. The downside to this one is that the levels are really big, so it's hard to like wrap my mind around where everything is. And to see how anything connects to anything else is pretty tough. Whoa. And it can be kind of tedious because there's like animations that play for every little thing that you do. Journey to Silius, Daydreaming Davy, Double Dragon 2, Darkwing Duck, River City Ransom, and Vice Project Doom, all back to back. It's only been 2 days of practice, but it's been fun. I've caught a lot of those. I really like, from that list, I really like Journey to Silius. Darkwing Duck was good as well, but Journey to Silius is the game there that I know the best. I never speedran it, but I did do a deathless playthrough of Silius. It's a very cool game, that one. Double Dragon 2 is I need to get to. I did beat Double Dragon 1. So I'm up to number 2 in the series, but I'm not the I'm not the biggest fan of beat 'em ups. I tend to not be very great at them, so I know that when I start Double Dragon 2, it's going to be one of those games where I'm working on it for a really long time. Hey, that actually didn't open up the way for me there. I have to go back and push another thing? Oh, I have to jump across. Oh my. There's so much going on in the stage. There's so much going on in the stage. Deathless is tough for sure. Congrats on that. Hey, thank you. Double Dragon 2 is actually really tough. Oh, I found Double Dragon 1 to be really tough. It took me like 12 nights on the stream to beat it. I feel like it took forever. I struggle with those, though. That was tough, and the Turtles. I did Turtles 2 on NES. It's another beat 'em up. That one took a long time as well. When I did finally beat the Turtles game, I got a 1 credit clear in that one, though, so that felt pretty good. I didn't expect to be able to do that, so... I'll take it. Double Dragon 3 is the stuff of nightmares. It's like being in a real ninja fight. Never played the first one, really. Just a bit here and there as a kid. No serious attempts. Yeah, that's kind of the way that's pretty much the way it was for me, too. I kind of sampled it as a kid. Never really played it. So it was basically a complete first playthrough, and we did it on the stream. If I had any knowledge going in, it was all completely useless. And I don't really think I did. There we go. Look at that. Cheesed that. Grabbing a character through a diagonal like that, I'm really sure you're not supposed to be able to do, so... It's nice when it works. So that'll turn that off. Alright, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, okay. Oh. What happened? If I break both of those, then one of them goes up here and is stuck there forever? Oh, this is rough. Because I actually have a strong possibility of soft blocking here. I played it after I'd already experienced games like Streets of Rage, so Double Dragon never really felt good. Didn't appreciate them at the right time. It was just always so difficult to me. Really difficult games are like all I play now, but I really didn't like super tough games when I was a kid. Okay, okay. So I want to break... I want to break this. I think I want to break both of these. Oh, I hope I'm not wrong. Stop. Okay, and you should just be able to float on down the river. And you? That gets one character to the exit, which of course is not enough. Okay, swap. You hold this. You. Okay, swap back. I think we're gonna be okay. I know it's a dangerous thing to say, right? Got the star. And it should just be pushing these blocks out now. Everything's fine. Push. We'll do the upward one first. Victory. Let's go. All right, my friends. There's the bonus level for our wonderful raiders and everybody who has been good enough to stick around. We'll see about wrapping up again. Thank you for the GG. We'll pick this back up again, probably. Thank you for the GGs. Thank you, Bri. Thank you, Nato. We'll see about picking this up again soonish. Probably next week. Probably next week. If I stream on Friday, and I'm not sure about that, we might play it on Friday if there's a Friday stream. But otherwise, next week. I do expect to be here tomorrow night, Thursday night, later today night. The plan for that is Dark Souls. To play. Hopefully, if Jelly is awake, to play at least part of the night without the baby monitor, so I can confirm that that was indeed what was messing with my controller, and hopefully figure out where I can set the baby monitor in the room so that that stops happening. I think maybe if I put it way over on the left, I think there's a spot where I can still see it, and but maybe it'll be far enough away. I don't know. But we'll worry about that later. I'm going to send us out. I'm going to send us over to Him and Watch. Another, like we like around here. Chill streamer, friendly streamer. Does things a little bit more modern than what we tend to play over here. But keep the puzzle theme alive at least. It looks like they're working on Myst or some variation of it. I don't know much about that game, but I've heard that it can be nightmarish in its level of confusion causing. So thank you one last time for being here, everybody. We're very lucky to have so many people join us tonight. Thank you very much. Really appreciate all of the raids that have come in tonight. Who'd we see? Angelus, Nar, Big Evil, TKK, Kyle, Bry. Be well, my friends. Be well, everybody, until I get to see you again. Hopefully that'll happen real soon. But I think we're done for tonight. It's time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.